look stupid in front of somebody that
Yeah.
mastered. You know what I'm saying? So the next point, bro, people are always gonna be tapped in, but you
Always.
just might not know who's tapped in with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
For
always
sure.
keep thriving, keep
For
thriving.
sure. For
Hey,
sure.
I want to piggyback on that too. You don't know who's tapped in, and like you don't know who's obviously tapped in and not saying nothing, but you
Hmm.
also don't know who's secretly praying for you.
Mm. It's a bar.
You
That's
don't
real.
know, bro. Yeah, we got haters.
Right.
We got people that be, secret competition, but but God's angels is out here too, bro. You probably don't even know them. You know
Amen
what
to
I'm
that.
saying? It's so many people secretly praying for you that you win, bro.
That's a word.
Bro, telling you, I'm just running into people all over. I'm telling you, InvestFest feels like a big ass reunion, bro. Like it just feels like a big ass, like, man, I got people coming up to me and just like, Nate, the words that you spoke into me last year and what you said on your Instagram, it got me out of a time where I didn't really you want to be here no more. Whole time I'm in my head like, man, hell yeah. I'm like, man, but I don't know who the hell you are. Like, I don't know, real shit. I don't know.
Mm.
I've never seen you before, but I think it's just the humility, like for sure. Like, I don't just be speaking just to us on the call. Like, whoever hear what we doing and hear what we building, bro. Like, you see it, bro. Like, man, we doing something magical, bro. We doing something special. You feel me? And it's like, man, I'm every single day I be excited and proud to continue to keep doing what we doing, but it also gives me a level of determination that there's still more to be done,
For
right?
sure.
And prime example, the guys that just pulled off the biggest festival ever,
Mm.
less than 24 hours later, they was back to the regular scheduled program. Didn't miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? So that they are letting you know this is what it takes when you get to this level that you got to continue to keep your foot on the gas. I know a lot of us on here striving for our goals and they in reach. Some of us, but we might not feel they in reach. But I just want to tell you, when you accomplish your goals, you got to continue to keep telling yourself this is just the beginning. Never feel like you arrived. Always feel like you're arriving. Always feel like that. That's probably a secret. I'm gonna say it again. Never feel like you have arrived. Always feel like you're arriving. You always got work to do. Always be paranoid. They always say this, the paranoid are the ones, the most paranoid are the ones that actually survive. If you think this stock, like if you saying this stock can 10x, they can go to the moon, that's cool. But you got somebody else that's saying, okay, what if it go wrong? What if it goes south? Okay, how south can it go? The one that's always paranoid are the ones that are usually gonna survive, bro. Stay paranoid, stay hungry.
Bro, you know what's so funny? They have stories about Michael Jordan literally making up stories about his competition just so he could fire
Definitely.
himself up.
Hmm.
He did, didn't he?
He used to make up lies to himself just so he can keep that killer mindset. He might have been sick in the fucking head,
I'm
but
about to say that's maniacal.
yeah, no, he must have been sick in the head, but
Always.
he always kept himself in that mindset. But that's all I have to say on that regard.
Always. No worries, no worries. How everybody doing though before we get to these charts in this market? How everybody doing?
Good. We definitely good.
You good? Malcolm smiling, man. Always a good sign with
Yeah,
Malcolm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure.
It's always a good sign. Is that Tev on here?
Yes, sir.
Where brother CJ at? You got what's up? You got some news for us, man? What's up? You want to let the
Hmm.
beat build or what?
Oh, so I went into Bank of America today and I was looking to withdraw some cash and I sat down with a branch manager and she was just talking to me as far as about the lines of credit, like business lines of credit. So I'm talking to her and then I asked her to pull up, as far as like what we did, so far because the business that we opened up is pretty new. Like we opened up our LLC like 5 months ago. So she opens it up. I'm expecting to hear that we did like 5, 10,000 as far as transactions. She told us that we did like 146,000. within the 5 months of just
Wow.
transactions in our Bank of America. So she was telling me, since our business is still new, we're not able to take out lines of credit. And she was just telling me as far as like the qualifications, as far as to take out a line of credit. So she was like, you want to have your business within 2 years, have
Yep.
your credit FICO score at like 700.
Yeah.
And then she said that what else she said? Qualifications was, oh yeah, showing that mark. So showing that you guys, if you did 100,000 in those 2 years, then you're able to qualify for that line of credit, right? So she said she told us within the 5 months. So I was like, wow, I'm smiling cheek to cheek. I didn't even know. She was like, you didn't even check your bank statements. I was like, nah, I'm just looking
Yo,
to take.
yeah, your ass should be swiping that card.
Nah, honestly, bro, I'll be pulling that shit out just to invest because that's what I'll be thinking about. Just all right, I gotta invest. I gotta pay my safety net. I got to do this, do that. So I'm not even paying attention to it.
Mhm.
And she was just telling me like, you'll be able to qualify. And as far as the line of credit, you want to basically get started now as far as like applying for your business credit card, getting
Yeah,
a secured line where you put money on it
yeah,
and you're keeping the utilization low. So when eventually you're able to take that money out, you have a track record, you have history. So I'm just like,
yeah,
wow, I didn't even. I'm like,
yeah,
damn,
yeah.
So
That's amazing.
um,
Hey, Tev, I want to add to your point. I remember I
yeah,
went last year, and I went to the bank, opened up a business bank account, and I was trying to get my stuff situated, and they told me the same thing. On top of everything that you said, you got to have your paperwork, you got to have your history, but you also have to have a good relationship with the banker.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yep. You
a
got
hundred
to.
percent,
You got to have a good relationship with a banker because you can look good on paper, but it's a motherfucker that's in that seat that signs off on that loan that don't fuck with you.
yeah,
Or
that,
they racist. Or they discriminate
mhm.
against you. That's why it's important to make sure when you are finding a banker. My four things that I feel like everyone should have is a great banker, a great accountant, CPA. Let me do CPA. A great banker, a great CPA, a great financial advisor. Bro, even
And
though
a lawyer,
everything I do, I still got a financial advisor. Financial advisor,
yeah,
a great lawyer, right? Or a good
yeah.
accountant. And then the last thing I feel like you should have, put it on the list. It was one more. CPA.
It was CPA, a great lawyer, a great accountant, and
It was
I feel
one
like I
more.
know where you're going.
No, I'm talking about Tev. Forgot what
Yeah, is it financial advisor?
I see. I just said that. If it come to me,
Oh, you said that.
I'll type it in the chat.
Okay.
But you got to have those four or five to become a successful entrepreneur. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, just a successful investor, successful person out here. Having those four or five roles identified around you, you're gonna be, bro. You're gonna be lethal.
Yeah,
You gotta have your attorney. You gotta have your financial advisor. You gotta have your CPA. And you gotta have
an
um,
accountant.
a great banker. You gotta have a great
Yeah.
banker.
I
Gotta have a
wanted to
great
just
banker.
add on to that before I let you dive into it. But the uh the great part about that too is that what I asked, I was like, do you have to have money, like a certain amount of money within the account to be able to qualify for the line of credit? And she said, no, you don't need to have, you can have a zero amount of money in the account. But as far as showing the consistent cash flow that has went in and out the account,
Yeah,
because banks also have the understanding too that you gotta use that money for the miscellaneouses. You're not gonna literally generate all that money and keep it into one account. So them being aware of that, it just goes to show that these banks, no banks are considered for saving your money. They're
yeah,
literally lending institutions, waiting for their clients to speak their language, to speak that Latin.
exactly,
you know.
exactly.
So yeah, man, I was just like, wow, like, and that helps me as far as my field because I'm pairing investors and business owners to funding options. So this is more so like another route to say, hey, like, are you open to doing business credit?
Right. Yeah.
Right? Or do you need assistance doing that, this, that, and the third. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and then yeah, man, like feel like that was some real good exciting
Yeah,
news.
most definitely, bro. Most definitely.
And
Con-
I just want to add one more
Congratulations
thing.
too, bro. Congratulations too, man. Hundred and
Nah, I
forty
appreciate
thousand
you.
dollars in transactions. Yeah, I mean, some people could look at that as, man, you spending that much money, but with you already having your bookkeeping in order and having everything just tied up and having your history ready to get approved for a loan, you're doing the right thing, bro. And
Yeah,
that's
bro.
why the reason for me, for the longest they always used to say cash is king. No, cash is king, but credit is superpower. Is a superpower as well.
It's really about credit, bro. It's really about credit. And then I also just wanted to add on to this too, as far as that, um, building your business network too. Like you can have your business invest into the stock market too by getting a good standing certificate from whoever you did your LLC with. You
Hmm.
take that good standing certificate to like a bank, like to Bank of America. They put you with their partner Merrill Lynch, and now you have your bank doing equity investing.
Mm,
So
that's fire.
that was another thing too, man. And then I'm gonna just let y'all take it from there.
Nah, James, bro, you cooking, bro. That's it, bro. And I think that's why the ecosystem is so powerful and so important. One of us can go out and learn a plethora of knowledge, and then instead of just holding it in and just keeping it to ourselves, I mean, you got an ecosystem of a family where you can share everything that you learn. Like that in itself is just powerful. Because I just seen a video that just went viral, bro. A black teacher, bro. He was bawling his eyes out because his seniors in high school down here in high school in Texas, none of them can read and write. And he was saying he had said a paragraph and he gave them a paragraph and was like, yo, I just need y'all to read this paragraph and I need y'all to just not only read it, but I need y'all to tell me what it says and what does it mean. And he said they can't understand, they can't comprehend, they struggling. He was like, these people are about to go to college, hopefully, but these people are about to be released into the world, bro. And it kind of just shows you like the schooling system, man, I'm gonna say it failed us, bro. It failed us. Luckily, we got people like ourselves that's on some shit like, yo, let's put our heads together. Let's be determined. Let's be locked in. Bro, it's 8 billion people in the world. We don't got 8 billion people in the ecosystem. We got a small percentage of only people in the ecosystem, and then there's another small percentage of people that are in EYL. Then another small percentage that are in the Red Panda. Another small percentage that are in Wall Street Trapper stuff. Like you got these small percentages of people that are trying to actually fix their life and change their life when 8 billion people, or you know what I mean, a lot of people went through the schooling system, bro.
Yeah, I feel like Trap makes that point a lot. Like things like you get around like-minded people and you have a way of convincing yourself that the entire world is investing or the entire world is trading. He was like, but he was like,
Yep. I remember you saying
yeah, yeah. He was like, but if you step out of that world, probably at least eight of them, 8 out of 10 people ain't gonna know nothing about what you're talking about.
Man, we came back from InvestFest. I'm posting this content. They thought we was at a freaking concert. I'm like, nah, bro, this is InvestFest. They like, what is it? Like, what InvestFest? What is it? What are y'all doing? Y'all investing together? No, like, no, it's a big event where entrepreneurs, traders, investors, they all come together to share information, link up, and they're like investing into what? I'm just like, man, it's so many people that are really dumbfounded. And I think it's the algorithms when we scrolling and we talk about charts and trading and houses and jewelry, that our algorithm is filled with seeing people that are on this, when in reality, bro, majority of the world is not,
Yep.
it's not even weary of investing,
Nah,
bro.
not at all. Yeah, I mean, especially in our communities.
Don't even get me started on
Yeah,
black people.
right. Yeah,
Don't even get me started on
yeah.
black folk in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and what's crazy is our people, we heard of investing, we just not interested.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not extravagant, it's not cute, it's not sexy. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing that we all doing. It's like you can invest, make a bag, run it up, and still be fly as hell. I think that's changing the tide.
Hmm.
Seeing Rashad, seeing Troy, seeing Ian coming in salmon suits and coming with, that shit on, right?
Yeah,
Same,
yeah, yeah.
and we coming
Hmm.
clean, VIP, not all black on, suited, clean cut. Like, then what y'all do? Not only do we invest and we doing something that our parents ain't never done, but we remaining ourselves too.
Exactly. I was about to say, I mean, they sound just like us. They don't sound weird. They not uptight and goofy. I mean, they sound just like any of us.
And
I
before
wanna
us, what was you saying, Joseph?
I want to bring up a point to like I don't know who it was if you guys were in the conference. I think it was like right before Serena Williams or maybe right before Steve Harvey. One of the two. He mentioned that like his great grandfather was a slave. And he was saying about how kind of passing down that knowledge of what money meant to them was completely different every single generation. He's saying about how I guess his great grandfather kind of viewed money differently than his grandfather would, and his grandfather viewed money different than his father would. And it kind of ties back to what we're taught, and more importantly, who we grow up around. So, like for me, you guys might not believe it, but in Canada, we have hoods in Canada, bro. We got areas that are kind of like less fortunate. I grew up in the most less fortunate area in Toronto. And all the people that I grew around, bro, they kind of had that crab in a barrel mindset. They thought, oh, if I invested in this, if I invested in that, I'm gonna lose money. So what do parents invest in? Some of them invest in their kids going to go play ball. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have experienced this. You see parents talk about investing. What are they investing in? They're investing in their children. They're not investing in the markets. They're investing in who their kids could become. So they pay for basketball lessons. They pay for soccer, whatever it is, but they don't kind of tie some of that wealth into themselves. They tie that wealth into what their future could be. And now they're reliant on whoever their kids might become. And then now their kids lack financial literacy skills because all they know is basketball this, soccer, that, whatever the case is. And Nate, you listen to a lot of J. Cole, so you hear J. Cole talk about this a lot of times, where he's like, you see a successful black person, you automatically think, what? Rapper, basketball player, not successful businessman. So in that regard, I guess you guys are kind of changing the narrative around money and around not just black wealth, but kind of black excellence. And from like my perspective on kind of like the outside looking in, black excellence starts from changing the narrative around money and what wealth means to people. To us, wealth is kind of patient. Wealth is not, to me, flashy. Wealth is not, I'm gonna go and buy these pair of Rick Owens just so I can shit on this next man at the club. To me, wealth is I have the option to do that. I have more than enough liquid cash, but I don't gotta because I don't really give a fuck. My goal is not to make somebody else richer, it's to make me rich, but not have to show it off. Wealth to me is options. Wealth to me is having control. Wealth to me is stability. And it honestly, that mindset kind of got there by shifting out of what I was taught growing up around other people who sounded like me, who not necessarily looked like me, but grew up in similar areas where we're all taught the exact same thing. And when we're all taught the same thing, how many of us are going to be that outlier that changes how everyone else thinks? And I guess it all starts with every single one of us.
It starts with us,
Nah,
and our
Literally.
our kids will never experience what it feels like to be on the outside of what investing is. It's over with. We've I heard Trap say this one time. He said, "I'm gonna rob my daughter of being able to say that I don't have no money. I'm going to rob my daughter of being able to say my daddy never taught me about investing. I'm going to rob my daughter. I'm going to rob her for her to even say that I had to get it out the mud." And I was just thinking, he was like, "Man, I'm taking it from her right now. She'll never, when she gets to school and they call her spoon fed and they laughing at her, I'm gonna be like, good." I'm like,
for
I
sure.
think that's part of the problem, though. Why the hell is that even being laughed at?
Right.
mm,
If you really think about it, like who else
Hmm.
does that? Like it's like
Nobody but us.
we that should be the goal. So
No
the funny thing
doubt.
about being if you get it out the mud, you did what you had to do. But we make that such a big part of the flex is that, you know, that next generation, it's like they're looked down upon because they can't say that. Like that should be the goal for everybody. You know what I
What
mean?
to
Like,
pass down generational wealth?
yeah, like we should, if you think about it, it's backwards to be made fun of for being spoon fed. You mad because my parents did it right?
Mm.
You
Facts.
know, we need to
Oh shit.
we need to twist that. You mad at me because my parents did what they were supposed to do? Because
Oh shit.
if we all have kids, we want them to be like that. You know what I mean? So it's like I think some of that just come from like not
Trauma.
Trauma.
exact. That's a good word.
Hmm.
I was gonna say envy, but I didn't want to make it negative because it really ain't even necessarily from a negative place. It's just from having less and not having the guidance. So it's like, but
But
really,
yeah,
we shouldn't mock that.
then J. Cole, but if we gonna talk, we gonna talk. At the same time, we did have to get it out the mud.
For sure.
We were slaves, gang. Like we were getting toe up, bro. We was getting whipped. We so it for our culture, it is a badge of honor when you get it out the mud. That you are
It
looked
can be a
upon
badge of
like,
honor, but it
yeah.
shouldn't be the opposite
Right.
when you didn't get out the
Nah,
mud. That's the
for
negative
sure.
part. It's like
That means we got to change the psychological on being proud of if you spoon fed and if you had to get it out the mud. I don't think you get more a badge of honor if you get it out the mud more than a motherfucker whose parents done taught them how to move. You know what I'm saying? They taught them how to move the right way. But we can't ignore that this was all
yeah,
systemized to tear us down, bro.
Bro, can I bring up a point to that actually again from the outside looking in because like my family lineage, I think I brought this up. My uncle, he is I think he's like a pitcher for the Cubs. He's the first black Canadian in the MLB Hall of Fame. So I'm mixed with a very small portion of kind of black excellence, if you will. Um Growing up,
This nigga done shitted on us. The only piece of black that he's associated with is black excellence. That's that
well,
bullshit.
bro, listen, his grandparents were slaves. They were slaves from I don't remember from where, but I just know that they were slaves. Point is, growing up, I seen a lot of the narrative of if you're not from the hood, if you never got it out the mud, if you're kind of you're a white black person. I think we've all heard somebody
For
say you're a
sure.
whitewashed version of
Yeah.
black.
You a
And it's like,
sellout.
Yeah, that's
what
facts.
does
Oreo.
that even mean? What
Oreo.
does that even mean? It
yeah,
means you
or
talk different, you talk like you're educated, you talk as if whatever,
Yeah.
whatever,
You talk
whatever.
proper.
Yep.
Exactly. And I realize it's like, damn, the bar, bro, the bar for people, not even just minorities, is so fucking low to the
Yeah.
point where even if you just start with like the basics of investing, you're rising above the majority of people. And it's simply
Mm.
because that narrative is just everybody wants to say that they got it from the mud, they got it from scratch. And to your point, I think that that word rob my daughter of ever even giving her the opportunity to say she got out the mud, she never had this. Bro, that wording is so specific because it's
Hmm.
like, I want to rob my kid of that too. Why the fuck would I want my kid to
Mm.
say, Daddy struggled? Mommy, I watched mommy and daddy fight over money. I think 50% of the divorce rate in America and Canada worldwide is over what? Money.
Money.
Why? Because, bro, if you
fact.
don't have money, your woman looks at you differently. If you can't provide, your woman looks at you like
Mm.
you're a
Say
bum.
that again, boy.
Look at
Why?
You
these.
can't be,
Why?
hey, nigga, what? You cannot be
Bro,
a.
it's the truth though. It's the truth. And
Mm.
then it's like, damn, you have all these women glorifying men with money. And then it's like, well, damn, these guys, they do it, they spend it on money and chains, or they spend it on chains, cars, whatever the case is. So, like, from my perspective, looking at all of that, damn, I want to rob my kid of ever saying that as well. Ever.
Mm.
My kid will never be able to say that shit.
Damn.
So,
And see, another thing too, I want to just add to that point. I think a lot of parents that do quotation spoon fed or they got their shit together and their kid doesn't gotta grow up in the hood. I think they put their kids back in those environments for people to even call them spoon fed. Are y'all following what I'm saying? Because if I did right and my kid lives in a big ass house that I'm in, and she comes from my crop, and my son come from my crop, you're not having those same type of conversations in a private school than you do in a city school. Y'all following what I'm saying?
Nah, for real.
It's the opposite.
Yeah.
The flex is what my dad did. My dad's that.
Say it again, brother. You broke up.
I said it's the opposite with them. It's like the flex is my dad does this, my dad did that. Like I don't know if y'all saw this video of the Kentucky Derby where
Hmm.
they were asking
Oh
all the
yeah, yeah,
people
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Bro,
Yep.
half of them were like, my dad, my grandpa owned this. My dad bought,
Oh yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
thousand
yeah,
shares
yeah.
of Tesla 15 years ago. Like that
Hmm.
was that, and they talk about that with pride, like what their fathers and
Hmm.
grandfathers did. Like they don't view themselves as less as they just carrying their legacy. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, again, that
Whereas
goes
a lot
back
of
to
times with us, not to
yeah.
interrupt, but a lot of times with us, it's like it's almost like a little bit of shame if you're not the one that set it off. But like
Mm.
we don't want our kids to feel that shame, right? We're trying to do that for them. So I think that's interesting. Like a lot of other communities, the flex is what their parents did or something. Where with us, we make fun of each other because our parents did right. That's
Let
backwards.
me let me
Yeah.
correct you, bro. Let me correct you. The white community is that pride.
Yeah,
Just to name it. I feel like you kind of took like the more politically correct way, but in the white
there's a
community,
couple. I was
it is
thinking
that
white
pride.
Jewish. I was thinking white Jewish, maybe even a little bit of Asian, but
For sure.
definitely,
You got
you
it.
Definitely
know,
Asian.
but definitely, yeah, definitely, white people got that for sure. Jewish
Hey,
people,
when I lived in China, that's all it was. My dad, my parent, my
Hmm.
grandparent. The biggest thing is, bro, with a lot of our cultures, and even I got my homie Tanuj here. He's from India, and like their cultures pass stuff down to each other. Like it's
Mm.
already embedded. The grandpa don't even worry about their children. They worry about the next generation. Is that how your grandpa think too, or your grandparents?
It varies. It's like family, or like yeah. So like yeah, no. So my grandparents take care of their parents, and then sorry, my parents, and then my parents will take care of us, and then like my grandparents, and then we take care of like our parents, and then our children. It's kind of like up and down.
And bro, a lot of it is once parents get a certain age in certain cultures, they they move them into their house. Versus
Yeah.
our
Mm,
culture, we just be like, all right, you live over here, and I gotta go take care of you over here.
Mm.
Well, I think also to Nate's point, I mean, let's just not ever forget what took place when we were brought here. I
Yeah.
mean,
Come on.
the
Yeah.
from a family standpoint, I mean, our families were decimated. I
Cool.
mean, we weren't allowed to build wealth. We weren't even allowed to build families. I mean, our families were separated and scattered, never to be seen, never to be heard from
Mm.
again. So there's just a structure that a lot of our families just didn't and still don't have to this day. I mean,
Hmm.
there's no, there's no real. I mean, if we're talking generation to generation to generation, that doesn't really exist because again, we weren't really allowed to be a family. We weren't allowed to build customs. We weren't allowed to build real values. So a lot of our families, from a generational standpoint, are really just starting to do that now.
Come on.
Hmm.
Come
So
on.
I,
that's why I
And,
think Nate hit it on the head using the word trauma. Because
hmm
I was gonna say because it really is negative source is from what was put on from like it wasn't self-made. The source wasn't
Exactly.
self-made. So
but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
almost
yeah.
a good word to
also
use.
to your point, Malcolm, what did Jerome Russell say that his parents did to him?
Yeah.
You
hmm
know, he told us like our parents didn't instill that,
Right. hmm
that type of mindset in us. So it starts
hmm
with us as parents, because he's like, bro, we don't see race as a thing. When we walk in the room, we walking in the room. It
hmm
don't matter just because we black and that. He was like, bro, they didn't teach us that. My
hmm
dad strictly taught us play your best game. Like I
hmm
don't care what your skin color is, how you move around, what you're doing. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you're continuously doing the, right thing. You
Yeah.
know.
hmm
Yeah.
So
And one thing I was gonna say real quick was, so I was going to therapy my last year of college, and I was going through a lot, and I never really talked about the story before. Only a few people know about it, but I'll talk about it later. But when I was in therapy, um,
that's cool.
the process to figure out and to actually change your
Amelia.
life, there's a process that you have to go under, and it's The number one thing you got to do is you got to identify the problem. And once you identify the problem, you don't try to change the problem. The first thing you got to do, you got to unprogram the problem that you identified. Right. And I'm saying this because of everything that we talked about and everything that we learning and coming from our parents, like we wasn't learning this shit. So the first thing we got to do, we got to identify the wrong shit that's been going on before we even change the shit. After we identify, then we got to unprogram that shit out our system. And then after that, then we got to reprogram from the direction that we want to go. So it's a three-step process, and y'all can use that for whatever, right? I was just using it for I was going through some stuff emotionally, family stuff that I was going through. But then when you take that apart, bro, I had one of the best therapists out in West Virginia. Like you can use that same process for everything, bro.
That's
Identify the
fine.
problem, right? Identify the issue. What is the issue? Okay, that's the problem. Okay, then once I identify, don't just change it. Once I identify, how do I get that out of my system? How do I stop thinking like that? Then I gotta strip that from me. And then the third step is now I gotta reprogram. It's like you identify, you take away, and then you put something back in good. That's why when you talk about building discipline and when you building good
Go to
habits,
church then, Nate. Go
come
to
on
church
now.
because I
That's why
so
we
needed that word.
that's why when you talk about building discipline and you building habits, bro, you don't just get rid of a habit.
Yeah.
You gotta replace the habit. So if you want to if you tired of drinking Pepsi, Coke, and Sprite, you don't just stop drinking that and just go about your life. You gotta replace it with water.
Yeah.
If you want to stop going to the club and stop going to the nightlife and stop doing all that, you got to replace it with going to the library or going into your homie's house. You can't just strip it away because now it's going to be a void and you're going to feel like there's something missing in your life.
Nah, you just nailed that.
Go
I
to
just want to
church
piggyback
then,
off that
Nate.
too, bro.
Okay,
That
Pastor Nate.
This dude,
yeah.
Preach
That
to
boy
us
Nah,
preaching,
then.
ain't
Nate,
he?
you
That
just
boy
nailed that too.
preaching.
shut up, bro.
You nailed
That
that because
boy
and
preaching.
it's piggybacking off of and Malcolm as far as like
Hold on, brother Ted. That Boost Mobile kicking in, my nigga.
play sports. Oh, y'all can hear me? It's straight.
Hold on. Hold
Yeah,
on.
you
Hold
good
on.
You can
now.
hear me?
Stay the night tomorrow.
I'm good now.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so just piggybacking off of Nate and what Malcolm said as far as like altering your reality. Like we play sports and then you start realizing as you're putting so much work into playing basketball, playing football, whatever sport you played, you start to develop that damn, I actually need to make money out of this because I've been putting so much effort into this. So like altering the reality is more so I'm really putting all this work in for someone to tell me what I'm worth as far as a salary. So altering reality is maybe let me take a step back from sports. Let me start investing. And then just piggyback on off Malcolm as far as like when you change your lane, you think that everybody's doing that, but it's not. Like you're literally changing your own algorithm and that's putting you in different places. That's helping you meet different people. That's helping you get to different goals that you didn't think you could accomplish because the reality that was set for us is entertainment, playing sports, rapping. But now we take a step back. Like I'm not fuck all the entertaining shit. I'm trying to do this,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's my point.
I agree,
And
bro. And it's like when you used to play a sport, all it is, bro, is like you still got the same goals, bro, but it's just a different lane. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You apply the same things that you did with
Facts.
the
playing
first
sport.
goal, right? A lot of people don't know how to find that goal after they done playing sports. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to investing, when it comes to wanting to learn, you gotta apply the same goal that you had when you used to get up and go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like
No
Yeah.
just
cap.
shit like that, bro.
And that's what I was about to say, bro. It's like we just seen it literally this weekend, bro, Invest Fest. Like instead of us going out, yes, we did have fun, but bro, we was in there learning. We didn't come to Atlanta to go party, club. We came there for business. And so we are changing the trajectory of ourselves because we're changing our mindset. But you only change this mindset because you're around people. Let's put it in perspective.
Mm. Cooking.
Nate told all y'all, right? I told all my people, right? y'all wouldn't have came until y'all came and see us operate at the level that we did at Invest
Mm-hmm.
Fest. So it's like, okay, dang. Well, if my friend's doing it, but now my friend is in your ear. Now we in all y'all ear, like, hey, and then Nate's telling you, hey, bro, next year you got to be here. And just talking about Tory's story, he's like, bro, same thing he was saying yesterday. Dang, bro, I almost wasn't gonna be here if he didn't have his brother here in his ear, like Kevin.
Mm.
If we wasn't in your
Cooking,
ear, like nigga, fuck what you gotta do, get here.
cooking.
Like you just changed your whole trajectory by coming and being around like-minded people.
Come
So
on.
that does go back. If
Facts.
we literally are watching, we're changing our environment. That's how we are getting better.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, Keys, you said it a long time ago. Like everybody say, bro, you surround yourself with nine broke people, you're gonna be the 10th. You surround yourself with nine rich people that are focused, that are locked in, that are trying to change their life. You're gonna be the 10th. Bro, everybody always talks about the bad side effects and the cons of peer pressure. And everybody talk
Without the
about peer
good.
pressure and talk about smoking and smoking crack. And what about the good side effects of peer pressure?
Ooh, cooking.
What about the good side effects of peer pressure? What about when I'm trying to convince your ass to come to this event to change your life? What about when I'm trying to convince your ass to invest into that stock? What about when I'm trying to convince? No one talks about the good side of peer pressure.
Yeah.
No one talks about that shit. And I feel like once you get into something like this ecosystem where you can come in with a bad attitude, I promise you, you're gonna leave out
Yeah.
with a good
On my life, it ain't nothing but pushing P in this mug. Like
attitude.
you
Pushing,
ain't, hey man,
pushing that
there
pressure,
pushing that
yeah,
pressure, pushing that positivity,
yeah.
pushing you ultimately. And you
Mm,
know, you guys, that drop and give me 60 wasn't just like, all right, cool, let's do it for investment. No, nigga, we supposed to hold our everybody in here accountable. We all black
mm.
men. What do they say the age of your average black man is dying at? And what do they say the reason why he died?
Around 60.
40 or
Hell,
60, right?
40 to 60, my guy. Come
Mm-hmm.
on now. Our grandparents was living to 100, my
100.
nigga.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they say why? Because it's our health, it's our
Health.
gut, it's the thing that we eat, it's because we ain't working out. It's
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that that causes the colon cancer, the
Mm.
pancreatic cancer,
Diabetes, high
the
blood pressure.
diabetes, high blood pressure.
Yes, yep, all that. Mm-hmm.
So the goal ain't just say, "Oh, we in here investing. We are in here talking real estate. We in here talking whatever type of entrepreneurship, clothing. We in here also to push each other to get better in the fields that we often
Mm.
neglect as we get older." So
Yeah.
nigga, when somebody drop in the chat, hey nigga, give me my 60. It ain't just saying for play. Nah, nigga, I want to at least see that one time a week you got some push-ups in. One time a week when you got called out, nigga, you got your sit-ups in. You
Yeah.
feel me? One time a week, whatever the workout is that we call
Right.
out, you got it in at least once.
Nah, you're not lying because when I was in Atlanta, I definitely seen some big backs in it in that motherfucker.
Bro, one of the construction niggas, bro, that was walking around belly big in the motherfucker. I'm like, bro, that mean you ain't cleared out your gut. You been
Yeah.
eating bullshit for
Hey, talk about it, Keys. Like, and we laughing and shit about motherfuckers big bags, big bellies and shit. But no, on some real nigga shit. When you are not having multiple bowel movements a day, your
oh
food
yeah.
literally starts sitting in your gut, bro. And I
Oh
know
yeah.
I went through it. Like, I'm not like having complete bowel movements the way I want to, and then you start seeing that's when I'm love.
Love handles start hitting. That's when that beer belly start hitting.
That's
That's
what
when all that start hitting. And
I'm
you
telling
like,
you.
damn, how'd I get this
Oh,
big?
hey, cause I had grip down on my hip. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, what
I'm like,
about
hey, I gotta get back in the lab, like, and I'm real shit, like, It's the food that you eating, it's the grease,
Hmm.
it's the fried food, it's the French fries, it's the pizza, it's all of that shit that's like literally sitting there in your stomach and it's not flushing out completely. That's why you gotta continuously drink water and you gotta keep working out, bro. And then another thing that I feel like everyone should do, and we should do this in the ecosystem here soon. We can do it like once a month. We should be fasting together too.
Oh yeah.
We should take
Oh
a
yeah.
day, hey, and you got to think about it when you at work during the day, and if you don't eat, bro, you look up, bro, you don't went 6, 7, 8 hours and not really eating or snacking on nothing, and that's a fast in itself, right? I feel like that's something that we can all do, right? Like Keys just said it, bro. Like this ain't just no trading group. This ain't just no real estate group. And I think that's what makes us so different than everybody else. It's like this is an accountability group. Like, hey, brother Keys, like, what's going on? You been talking a little down lately. Like, what's been going on? Come on here and express what you're going through. Every group don't do that, bro. Every group don't do that. Every group is either trading, we talking about the Fibonacci, or we talking about how you can get more loans for your real estate, or we talking about how you can get your clothing brand off the ground. No, we do everything, bro. And I think that's why, I mean, you felt the impact at Invest Fest, bro. They seen 30 of us deep in that motherfucker. Like, damn, it was people coming into the picture that we
Man,
never even
hey,
seen before.
hey,
And
I
I'm
taking
want to
like,
see what
pictures just
y'all
for their
got
own.
going on, man.
They was taking pictures just to have it in their phone because they see black excellence. And I just want to piggyback
oh
off.
shit. Hell yeah.
You feel me? I just want to piggyback off everything that was mentioned too, bro. Like when you in an environment like this, man, you're not ever gonna settle for no average friends. You're not gonna ever settle
Oh,
for
Man,
look,
people that's
look.
devaluing you. That you know that is oh that's just such and such. Nah, it's not. You know, like you were with me around this chapter, but I elevated now. This is my new circle. This is my new group, and being in this environment, man, you just you
it
don't
make
have
you more
that
hungry.
yeah, and you just like, you know what? You just not putting up with no bullshit. You just, hey, if you don't want to be around this, then you could just leave because you
That's
already got your own circle. You already got your own
And,
crew.
and bro, like I seen this real time. Like even me and my best friend, bro, love him to death. Did everything together, bro. And it hurt my heart. Well, I granted, he don't never take our word. I'm trying to teach him the investment. I'm trying to teach him real estate when I first got in. And it's like, bro, I'm watching you work 70, 80 hours. You
mm.
punching the shit out of, because remind you, we workaholics. So I get why he grinding like that because he want to run up the chicken. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, look at what you sacrificing. You got my goddaughter that you barely get to see. You work third shift.
Mm.
So by the time she get home, you on the game or whatever, just now waking up, whatever the case may be, she only get to see you for like 2 hours. You can be the provider and all that stuff. And I invited him down to InvestFest, and I had to show him. I called him right after I talked to Big Meech, and I said, "How is somebody that you idolize here, but you not?"
Oh shit.
Damn, that's crazy. You can't
And,
force the
and
red
this is
pill down
this
everybody,
this ain't
man.
no big Meech event either.
This
This
ain't no Big
that's
Meech event, my nigga. So if he's
Mm.
coming here to learn about
oh shit.
what's going on, why the hell you not? Why you not? If you watching me, you could have met your
Idle. But you didn't want to learn about investing for $250 a ticket. Hey man, hey, I feel hey,
a
listen,
free boy because
listen,
I copped a
free.
free
It
one
was some
for
free
him.
ones out there. Hey, but I see
And
why
look,
Young and them not doing that shit no more
I
though.
said, bro, you can stay
So,
at my hotel, everything. I'm like, cause I got the embassy suite, so it got a front
yeah,
room in the
yeah.
back. I'm like, bro, you ain't gotta worry about nothing but your food and your flight to get down there. And that's the thing. He has money. That's the backward part to me. But
And see, Keys, brother Keys, I had to go through this about a couple years ago, man, and it's a well needed it's a well needed lifeline that needs to go. And I'm not saying for your homie, I'm just saying
yeah,
anybody on this call, um, we gotta stop trying to save everybody, bro.
bro, I got that survivor's guilt bad, boy.
We gotta stop trying to save everybody. I go through it, my bro. You don't think I go through that shit? I go through it every single day, bro. Like I be trying to put people on, like, bro, just do this. Like, bro, just come in the ecosystem. You coming in the ecosystem, just learn, just learn, just learn. And people just, nah, I just want to keep running on the hamster wheel. And I'm just like, bro, I got it bad too. And so what I did for myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm about to stop trying to convince people to come with me, and I'm gonna go with the motherfuckers that want to already go with me, bro.
There you
That's
go,
what I was
bro.
about to say. I mean,
Real
you
shit.
gotta say that energy for the people who really want it, you know.
Yeah.
And I also had to do that just as far as my real estate journey, bro. I was teaching the free classes, free courses, and I'm like, bro, I'm giving y'all $1 million worth of game that these fake gurus on YouTube
Yep.
not even gonna give you. Like I'm telling you, the direct thing of how you build a real deal real estate investment business, how you can go get your contractors, how you go find them. Like they not telling you this when you paying 5,000. And what's so crazy is that, and I say this because it's so bad because our community, once we find out something, we disregard what it really is, right?
What do you mean?
So,
Explain, elaborate.
so there's a guy, I ain't gonna say no name. Fuck it, I like beef. Beyond, right? Out of Cleveland, house investor, about 200 and some thousand followers. I go up to him, me and my homie Tony. We go up to him because me and Tony started at the same time. And so we go up to him and we're asking him like, what type of real estate and do you know about the SBA loans and do you know about the land lots, the land bank and do you know about low income house tax credits and stuff? He looking at me like I'm stupid. But I'm looking, he said, bro, I don't know what's that?
These
I'm
niggas be influencers in the industry. They don't be in the industry and then be influencers. These niggas be influencers talking about the industry, bro. And I learned that shit the hard way, bro. Seeing
I'm like, bro, is
going
you
up to
talking?
niggas I look up to and this shit, bro.
So look, bro, I go on there. Me and Alvin standing right next to each other. I think Malcolm, you were standing right there. We look at his
For history.
his thing and see how much it's cut. He said, bro, for a 3 hour thing or something like that is 5 grand.
3 hour seminar, $5,000 a person for 3 hours. And this nigga don't even know nothing about the industry other than
That's
nigga, I
crazy.
know how to buy
Hey,
something and sell something.
hey, bro, had
Crazy,
me
bro.
over here like, bro, our people are getting. They talking
Scam.
about InvestVest a scam. These niggas is a scam. Like,
It's the
bro,
access. It's the access, bro. When people got access to you and they can just call your phone or where they live in the vicinity, they're like, man, that's just such and such. So it's
bro,
like when
that's
you
that
remove that
life.
access, you feel me? Like everybody is, looking at people on Instagram that they can't even reach. But if one of them put a Discord out there, just because they can't reach them, they're just used to seeing their lifestyle on Instagram. So they don't even have no personal contact, no personal connection. But they're like, yeah, man, this person's doing this. He's showing it all the time on the gram. Man, I'm gonna get his course. But to your point, Keys, like you could tell this man how to literally make $1 million, and just because he knows where you live, he's not gonna listen.
Man, man, and because also another thing, you guys, one, I ain't gonna say bad thing about me and Nate be telling me all the time, like, bro, you got to. Cause I be like asking Nate, like, bro, like I don't like to do the lifestyle marketing. He's like, bro, but you actually living that life. So it's the difference when you're not
Ooh.
living that
Oh yeah,
life,
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
and then you don't have versus you are actually. And so that's another thing, bro. It's like I'm not a flashy individual. Like
mhm,
when it comes compared to what I could have,
mhm.
I literally stay low and keep firing. I
Fire.
keep about $1,000 in my banking account.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's the stay
Yes.
low, keep firing type aspect.
Yeah.
But you got guys over here that can sell you a dream because they got X, Y, and Z. But
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
think
mean, just to your point, Keys. I mean, you right, brother. But at the same time, it's. I feel like it's a way that you can do the lifestyle marketing. It's not always about showing that you on private jets and you with millions of women and you just sprinkling money in a strip club all the time. It's not always about that. Sometimes it can just be you going to a nice dinner, bro. Sometimes it can be like, damn, how
At
you
a
going
rice,
to a
a
nice dinner?
restaurant.
Damn,
Yep.
yeah, he's on a plane. I'm not saying he first class, but he's on another plane. Where's he going? A lot of people don't understand, bro. When you get to this level of just being here for a long time and working, bro, so many people always come to me and be like, I want to be on vacation like you. And I'll be looking at them crazy like, do you know the last time I went on vacation?
Vacation of my life,
But you
boy.
think I'm getting on this plane to go on vacay? Oh,
Hey,
oh, oh, because I eat at nice restaurants and I be around very powerful people and I put that shit on, it looks like I'm on vacation. Everywhere I go, I'm working, bro. Atlanta, people were saying, bro, you going to Atlanta, going on vacation? Nigga, that was a business trip. Am I lying?
bag
Fact.
secured.
Facts.
That
Lift
was
that
a business
motherfucker up,
trip.
throw it over the shoulder. You hear me?
Bro, I was tired as hell. Interviews, we having to get stuff together. We getting food. We gotta get to this stage, getting to the vendor marketplace. We trying to connect with, bro.
I'm
This is
packing a
work,
lunch next. Bitch, I'm packing a lunch and I'm storing it behind one of them people, boy. I'm be like, man, let
bro.
me put my lunch over here, man.
Bro,
Cause
people call me like, bro, I just want to go on vacation like you. Vacation.
vacation.
When have you seen me with my feet kicked up
Hey,
for
feet kicked
days and
up.
days and days? And it's just, I'm living a life. Bro, I promise you, this ain't that, bro. Bro, in EYL, they say the same thing. You will see them traveling to Africa and traveling to Chicago. These niggas are not on vacation, bro. They're working. It just looks like it's vacation because you ain't never been there before.
Valid.
Yo, can I
So,
challenge a couple of things?
Go
what's
ahead.
up, brother?
Okay, so Keys, you mentioned living a lifestyle that you kind of don't want to present, kind of don't want to be dropping tens of thousands of dollars for people to kind of believe that like you're of the upper echelon of whatever industry you're in. I think one thing that you're not really seeing that Nate has is influence. People
Mm.
flock to him, bro. People look at what he's doing, and it's not they don't flock to him because he's a fly guy. They don't flock to him because he's traveling. They flock to him because how many motherfuckers are in here, bro? Like 20?
Mhm.
You think any random person with no influence has 20 people on a fucking live stream every Thursday, bro?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Your influence matters a lot more than how you look to the outside world. Because your
Mhm.
influence is who you are to the outside world. Jesus,
Yeah.
bro, Jesus. I don't know how many of you guys are Christian, Catholic, whatever the case is. Jesus had people not because he performed miracles, but because of what he was saying.
A good word, Joe.
He had disciples because of what he was saying, because of the stories that he was telling.
That's a good
That's the way
word.
that I look at it, bro. Influence matters a hell of a lot more than what you got on.
That's
You're
that's
right.
J. Cole has influence.
That's
J.
why I'm
Cole,
gonna
you
wear them Starberries next year. I think I'm playing, boy. I'm gonna have me a fresh pair out there.
hey, if you
I ain't
put
gonna
on
lie, man.
I feel
if
like
you
that's the
put
people
on
you
I
want
wear them
anyway. That's attracted
Starberries.
to
hold on,
what you.
J. Cole, what you saying?
I feel like that's the people you want following you anyway. The people that's attracted to what you're saying. But at the same time, I feel like the masses are attracted to like
Jewelry and shit.
the material
you
shit.
don't want the
That
masses though, bro.
You
you
don't?
don't. You don't. You want the people that's gonna take it serious. So that's true.
Bro, because the masses will drop you as soon as you as soon
Come
as you
on.
lose it.
Drizzy.
The
Drizzy.
masses will drop you as soon as you lose it, bro.
And that's why I think what we doing, and that's why it's so important. Like we building like our core of what we're trying to do before the flush comes. I hope y'all know this. Maybe I ain't told y'all, but what we're building, bro, we're about to blow up. I don't think I told y'all. Maybe y'all don't know yet, but we're about to blow up. But the thing is, before you blow up, you don't just want a million randoms or a million people that never got to see you build from the bottom. You want your core people that if this shit goes south or this shit goes sideways or you get canceled, you still got your people that you started with in the beginning anyway. So for this is just me talking to y'all building the ecosystem. When you build your own thing and when you growing your own thing, Always focus on the people that was there from the get-go, not the new motherfuckers that's just trying to tag along just because it seems cool and everybody fucking with y'all. Them are gonna be the people that switch up on you in a heartbeat. Them gonna be the same people that's reposting your shit on Instagram, liking your shit, and then when motherfuckers not fucking with you no more, they don't even watch your story no more. They don't even see what you doing no more. So when you building, when you growing, when you building a brand, like when y'all think about it, bro, Magnate, that's not my name. My name is Nathan Merriweather. I go by Nate. Magnate is a brand, bro. That is a brand that I've put a lot of work and time into that brand. When you see Magnate or you hear the name Magnate, yeah, that represents me, but that's not me. That's a brand that I've been investing into. And right, one of these calls, one of these weeks, we're gonna just go over brand marketing and how to build so much brand equity. Right. When you start building brand equity, what we doing, you will start seeing you got more people retaining and more retention than people that are just coming and going. That's why it's important to build that brand equity. I talked about it a couple of weeks ago when Nike, Zion Williamson, last game in college, bro. His last game in college, when he went and ran and dunked and came to the side and turned and he ripped out that Nike shoe. He ripped out that Nike shoe. Nike stock at the time, Nike's revenue didn't even miss a beat. Why is that? They had so much brand equity that they've been building over years. They've been building so much and putting so much cool shit in your face and got so many people inside the Nike ecosystem that if one shoe goes wrong, it's not gonna drop numbers. But if that was Under Armour, if that was Reebok, nigga, why I told your dumb ass not to put them damn Reeboks on, right? I
And bro,
told your dumb ass not to put those Reeboks on. Nigga, you the one who want to hoop in them Shaq ones. You hooping the Shaquille O'Neal shoes in the championship. That's your motherfucking problem. But nigga ripped out them Nike shoes. It was like, damn, he gotta get some new shoes. Get him some new shoes. He back down the court, going back and forth. Nike didn't miss a beat. Why? Because they built so much brand equity over time, bro. They've been so consistent. They've been building with LeBron. They've been building with so many great players, bro. KD, all these great players over this time, over these years, bro. That it's like we're already acclimated. Like if you don't got no Nike, it was a point in time. If you don't got no Nikes, you was lame. If you didn't have no Nike, if you didn't have no Nike Elite socks, you was lame as hell. You didn't have no Nike shirt, no Nike shorts, or no Nike shoes. I remember I was coming to school bragging, nigga, I'm a Nike head to toe with the Nike Scully on, with the hat on, with the Nike jacket, with the Nike t-shirt on, with the Nike drawers that I got on right now, with the Nike shorts, with the Nike socks and the Nike sweats and the Nike shoes.
Wow. With
If
the
you
double
Nike on,
Nike
you was
socks,
lame.
nigga.
Double Nike. But why? Because they built so much brand equity, they made it seem like you lame as hell if you don't got no Nike. Similar, watch how I kill you with this. Similar to how EYL just built equity into them green jackets.
mm-hmm. Nate, you know what's so funny, bro? What was
So
the one thing that I told you I respected about you the most? Remember when we had that call? What was the one thing I told you I respected about you the most?
what was it, brother? Talk to me.
Your memory is lagging. It
My bad.
was that you're able to build a brand, and that shit is the most powerful thing that you can build in the world, bro. It is a brand. I told you the number one thing that I respected about you. Obviously, we connected, we had our little chit chats here and there, but the one thing that I respected about Nate is that he's able to build a brand from seemingly nothing, bro.
Nothing.
It's the
Push
one
it.
thing that not everybody can create, bro. Not
Most
everybody can
definitely.
go and create a brand. Everybody can create a brand, but not everybody is brandable.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I will say this. I think everybody can be brandable. It's just you gotta have, bro, there's a couple different things that you have to have on the inside of you to not only build a brand, but to build anything. You gotta be confident in yourself, bro. You gotta have confidence. Most people don't have confidence in what the fuck they're doing, bro. And if you don't have confidence, you don't got shit. It's the same
Mm-hmm.
thing with sports, basketball, football, soccer. If you don't believe that you the best out there, nobody else gonna believe you the best. You gotta be your number one fan before anybody else become your fan. Right? You got to become your number one fan and believe in yourself and believe in your brand, everything you building. But you also got to put the work in. You got to be one motherfucker that if I gotta show something for this and I got something to show for it, I can back whatever I'm saying up. When you talk
You know,
about stocks, you talk about this, you talk about that. Okay, what's your credibility? Oh, I'm the youngest black man to get their licenses in 80 days on Wall Street. Oh shit. Ah, this motherfucker, oh shit, he's standing on something. He got a foundation that he's standing on. Oh yeah, I ran up a quarter M when I was 23 years old. Oh shit. Now when you got stuff like that, you got the confidence because you already built into what you've been building. Now when people see you, they think you being confident when 100% you just being yourself.
it's so funny because now when people Google my name, bro, Yahoo Finance is the one thing that pops up. Now when people Google my name, they can't just Google it and see a regular person. No, they're gonna see Joseph Jenkins, 2025 Beta Pro biggest winner,
Come
Toronto
on,
Stock Exchange closer, bro.
come on,
When they
come
see
on.
your profile, bro, what are they gonna see? New York Stock Exchange, Magnate ecosystem.
Yeah, yeah. You
That's
right.
just awesome, bro. It's awesome. It's awesome to be
Absolutely.
able to connect with people that are building exactly what you're trying to build and accomplish. And
And
it's like,
then I'm gonna say this real quick, just before I forget. You say it's awesome to build with people, but one thing about it is, bro, is like you said it earlier, bro. I come from nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? We come from nothing. Like my parents still work to this day, bro. The goal is retirement, is to retire them over these next 3 years. But
mhm.
come from nothing, bro. Like we come from living on the far east side of Indianapolis. You know what I'm saying? We come from, the power going out and it's leaks. I remember vividly getting a bowl out the fucking shelf and putting it all throughout the house for all the leaks, for all the water whenever we have a bad rainstorm in Indianapolis, bro. I remember vividly, you will never forget that type of shit, bro. I remember vividly not getting no food. Mama laughing, wow, you got McDonald's money. Real shit, I don't have it, bro. And for her to not be able to tell me that she didn't have it, and she would just kind of say, because I said so, we not getting that. And then to get older, and she would tell me, like, I just didn't have the discretionary income to be able to continue to keep buying food for you and your brother. I didn't have it. So when you go through that type of shit, what does that shit do? It humbles you, bro. It humanizes you. You start having humility, bro. That's why you'll never see me to this day laughing at a motherfucker that don't got their shit together, bro. You'll never see me laughing at a motherfucker that's trying to trade and they don't hit a good trade and they lose their account or blow their account. I'm the motherfucker you want to come to when you do blow your account because I done did it 100 times.
Mhm.
Right? So when you come from nothing, I feel like when you build your brand, you building off of something that you don't gotta kind of like have a facade over. A lot of motherfuckers are building out here influencers, like Keys just said. Motherfuckers is building, but they either scamming, they not living right, or they doing something that's just not like I don't want the public to know that. And it's like for me, nigga, I don't got no skeletons in my closet. I'll tell your ass. Shit, nigga, I boot 300,000, nigga. Got down to 100 G's and I felt broke, nigga. I felt like killing myself. I tell you, bro. I don't got nothing to hide, bro. Yeah, built it back up. But I'm saying though, at that time, nigga, I blew 300 G's. I touched half of M, and I thought, nigga, I thought, nigga, I thought I was. You couldn't tell me shit. I got half of M at 23 years old, 24 years old. Hold on, let me show you the picture so y'all don't think I'm bullshit.
It's so funny, bro. I lived through that too. I lived through that exact same experience. I know how humbling that is. You're able to walk into the Gucci Louis store, buy whatever the fuck you want. Now it's kind of like, damn, I was just buying whatever the fuck I wanted to,
But
living
but
however
but
way I
I
wanted
I
to
I,
live.
ne- I needed to lose the money to bro. God do everything for a reason. I needed to lose the money to build something like the ecosystem.
Yeah, you had to lose it so you can value it.
You know what
Versus,
it is?
I,
I
I,
think it's
would,
an
I, would,
ego
I
death, bro.
wouldn't have built the ecosystem if I kept half an M at 24. I wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have had the humility to even think each one teach one and give back to niggas if they don't got their shit together. Like, what the fuck? I had to lose it so I can come back to the ground like, damn, it's everyday people trying to build their way up just like I did. Ah, damn, I want to help people. I want to do this. I want to do that. Then when you start seeing and doing that shit, then you're like, okay, cool. Now I want to build something like an ecosystem. Here, look at this. This is June 20th, 2024. Can y'all see my screen? Can anybody read the numbers out? Can y'all make the numbers out?
527,190.03 cents.
This is not no motherfucking um fucking bullshit account or no motherfucking fake account. Nigga, this is my photos. My photos. We see that.
Uh,
Off of just stocks at 24, bro.
mm.
527,000. Look how much I made in a day. Tev, is this the day that we talked on the phone?
Man, it could be.
It
It
was
honestly
it was a
could
few
be.
days. That was look how much that is in a day. Malcolm, can you say those numbers
Oh
out
yeah, yeah. It was definitely that day, bro.
71,079.12 cents.
in a day?
15.5%.
You was in nap at that time, right? I
I
think
was
you
in
was
Indy.
chilling.
I was in Indy sitting there chilling. Bro, so when it comes to people that you want to follow and people that you want to talk about, always ask them for receipts, bro.
oh
Nigga,
yeah, hands down, boy.
I
Hey,
will show you. You know what I'm saying? I will
that's what
show
I
you.
tell people all the time, bro. I don't believe nothing. I'm from the show me state of Missouri. I'm from the I'm from the show me state. I ain't got time to hear. I ain't got time for you to put on the facade because I smell. I'm an Aries, so I smell bullshit from a mile away. Nigga, if you ain't about to write, I smell it. Nigga, off the rip. I ain't gonna stay around too long. You know. So
Man,
I think the biggest thing is, bro, be proud, but also be mindful of God has blessed you.
come on.
Mhm.
Come
And
on.
that's the biggest thing. Even just myself, bro. I be having to catch myself like, bro, damn, I'm doing good. I be over I always tell myself, like, bro, I be cash poor. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I be having to go through because I put everything, whether it's real estate or stock market, I'm all in, you know. But at the same time, I gotta look. I look at my stock account. When I look at my assets that I own, I gotta be like, you know what? I have did. But a lot of times, bro, where I struggle at is the feeling that I am accomplished because I always am looking towards the next thing when I should be proud of what I have currently.
Yeah.
Right?
Just gratitude, brother. And
Just gratitude.
gratitude, bro. Just gratitude. And I think just what Keys just said, that's why I said earlier, Keys, you can look at that as a bad thing, but that's also a good thing, bro. Never feel like you arrived, bro. I said that earlier, didn't I, Malcolm? Like, never feel like I have accomplished my goals. Because what happens is when you touch half an M, when you build that business, when you get that girl, when you get that marriage, when you get that job, once you feel like you arrived is when you take your foot off the gas. That's why you never want to take your foot off the gas. When you feel like, oh, cool, I touched half an M, now I gotta go get another half an M. You gonna keep your foot on the gas. The reason why it's important to continuously keep working is because if you do go through a challenging time, you're not gonna feel like you lost it all because you was already in the mindset of going to get something else in the first place. Does it make sense? I hope that
Yeah.
never because when you feel like you arrive and you take your foot off the gas, you don't understand. Listen to this. Oh my God. They was talking about Stephen Curry said it. When you take your foot off the gas after you accomplish your goal, you don't know if God is gonna allow you to get your foot back on that gas,
That's a bar. That is a bar.
you don't know if God is gonna allow you to put your foot back on that gas again. And if He do allow you to put that foot back on that gas, that car might not go 90, 100 miles an hour no more. It might can only go 50, 60 miles an hour. And then the time that you had your foot on the gas going 90, 100 down that highway, when you didn't appreciate it, and now you only going 50, 60 down that highway, and it's hard for you to get back to 90, 100 an hour, you're gonna be having regrets that you should have appreciated it when you had it. That's why you always want to stay humble. You always want to have humility, and you always want to keep working towards the next thing, bro. Yes, I understand. We need to celebrate ourselves, and we need to, not feel like we got to go to the next thing. But it's also important to just stay grounded, bro, and just keep your head down, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you this: when you feel like you arrived, there's a motherfucker that's arrived bigger and better than the shit that you think you arrived in. When I thought I touched half of him, it was another 24-year-old. He was like, damn, I just put up 10 million. Huh? He like, oh, you only got half of him? Bro, you damn near broke. Damn near broke.
Broke.
Nigga, in the hood, if you touch 50 G's in cash, you a hood legend. What are you talking about, broke? I got half of him. There's a different game that is being played out there, bro. That is why you never feel like you arrive. Whenever you feel like you got a good game or you drop 15 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, and y'all got the win, it's another nigga in a different conference that dropped 30 points, 15 assists, and 12 rebounds, and they won a game by 30. You like,
Fact.
damn.
That's a fact.
So what you got to do is you got to continuously keep working. You got to continue to keep growing. And we just got to stay in the ecosystem. We got to keep building, bro. That's why the ecosystem is not about me, bro. It's about all of us. That's why and whenever, bro, I think Alante said the other day, he said, bro, I posted a picture. Bro, I'm having Malcolm, Keys, I'm having Adrian, I'm having Tor, I'm having Joseph, Ted, everybody commenting on my shit, liking my shit, like, and then you start realizing, damn, the motherfuckers in the ecosystem, you having more motherfuckers in the ecosystem supporting you than the people that you grew up with. And and that's just what it is because we building something so strong. We got such a big family, we growing that you gonna have your number one supporters being the motherfuckers that you building with rather than the motherfuckers that you came out the womb with.
Fact.
So with that being said, bro, I gotta get to this concert. Um, it started at 7:30. It's 8:23. I'm about to head down there, man. I wanted to come on early so we can at least chop it up and not miss this Thursday. We'll probably do a pop-up call this weekend sometime, but stay in the market. Y'all see that market back cooking.
I got a question for you, bro. Do you mind if I take 5 minutes, take a look at Take Two?
Um, you can while I get this
Wallahi, 5 minutes.
do your thing.
GTA.
Wallahi.
Go
Wallahi.
ahead and start getting
I
dressed,
said
bro. You
Yeah,
go
wallahi,
y'all
ahead.
do your
5 minutes.
thing. Shit. I'm just gonna step away for a little minute.
All right, do your thing.
Y'all niggas be blessed. Nigga.
I'm gonna send you a request, so you gotta
Sure.
accept the request before you cut.
Hey, love for sure.
Give me a second. Y'all can see my screen. Y'all can see it?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, we can see.
Cool. All right, so Take Two. This is the company that owns whatchamacallit. This is the company that owns Rockstar
Rockstar.
Gaming. Yeah, there you go. So obviously Grand Theft Auto
Oh, wait
6.
till that. Yep, I was about to go there. Go ahead, brother. I'm gonna let
Yes,
you cook.
sir. So Grand Theft Auto 6 is releasing, when is it? November, I think? I actually don't know. Whatever, it's this year, next year, I really don't know. But we've been trading sideways from November February of 2021. This right here is amazing. To normal investors, this looks pretty boring, but we kind of broke this down like earlier or later last year, I should say, in terms of whenever the stock is moving sideways like this, it's simply just a transfer of ownership. It's accumulation. It's how many
big dogs, how many big whales, how many big buyers can accumulate for as long as possible before we push that price higher. So right now on this stock, y'all have heard me talk about channels and pitchforks as if they were gospel. And the reason why is because of this. When we're looking at pitchforks, when we're looking at channels, they kind of dictate value. And Take Two, extremely undervalued here, extremely undervalued here. And now when we look at where we're at, we're still extremely undervalued. When you also look at it, we have whoever iPhone 2 is, mute your phone real quick. When we're also looking at this, we have an inverted Head and Shoulders. So we have time being built. We have this huge phase where we've been trading sideways. And now we also have a catalyst in GTA 6 that could potentially push price higher. In my opinion, I don't want to give you guys a done deal saying this stock is going to go up to the moon. But what I am saying is the likelihood of this being an asymmetric bet where your reward significantly outweighs your risk is very high, right? So in terms of reward, you're either looking at the median of this channel, or you're looking at kind of the peak of this channel. So you're looking at two key levels where price can eventually go in reverse, or you can go and take your profit. And when you're looking at it from where we are in current time, the first level, 125% away. Drop a one in the chat if you guys would be satisfied with an investment that is up 125%. How many of you guys would be satisfied with this level of return? I better see a million ones in here. Right? So all of you guys would be satisfied with doubling your money on an investment. This right here is not, hey, I'm placing an options trade that expires tomorrow. This is a company that is actively giving you guys a catalyst in a video game that we probably all played. We've probably all contributed to this company at one point or another. We see Twitch streamers already preparing to pay people to play Grand Theft Auto in their ecosystem. So with that, I'm looking at this and I'm like, damn, GTA 6 is probably going to make Take-Two a ton of money. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, we could double our money if we play into this median line. What else could be in store? If we continue to the peak of this channel, you're looking at 423% now. So how many of you guys would be satisfied with a 400% return now? Drop a two if you guys would be satisfied with 423%. Each and every single one of you would absolutely kill to have one of your investments hit a return just like this. So when I'm looking at this like, all right, cool. The work has already been done. GTA 6 is around the corner. What's holding this stock back from hitting that initial 125% return into the median line? What's stopping it from hitting that 400% return? All of this contributes to kind of how I view the market asymmetrically. And now when I'm looking at this, I'm kind of like, you know what? The money that I would be spending kind of on GTA 6 on my Xbox Live, I haven't played Xbox in freaking ages. I could be using that money to put into some of these stocks. In specific, a stock that I already understand. I know what Grand Theft Auto is. I've played the game. I've been there. Now I'm looking at this and I'm kind of understanding, hey, the next 9 months, whatever it is, I better be trying to own as much of this stock as possible before we go and break out. And if you guys are kind of tech heavy, I know a lot of people are tech heavy in terms of their portfolio. You could be looking at something that is in kind of like the gaming industry. And you could be pivoting kind of away from tech into something that you have long-term conviction in. And this is how you would kind of diversify into stocks that might have been trading sideways for a bit, but you know, at some point or another, we will see that break above these all-time highs. And a lot of investors are like, oh my gosh, this stock is already at all-time highs. I'm terrified of owning this. I don't think you should look at it from that perspective. I think you should look at it as, hey, we've been trading sideways since 2021 going into 2026. This has been 5 years. This 5 years hasn't just gone to waste. This 5 years, somebody is transferring ownership from people who no longer want to own the stock to the people that do. And when you ask yourself who wants to own the stock right before a game release, it's these big whales, these big institutions, the people that control the majority of the money. So this is just one thing that I've been looking at. Costco's of the world, the Walmarts, I'm still actively investing in those. Those have taken massive dips. I promise 5 minutes, but we'll go maybe like 2 minutes over. Walmart took a massive dip. Costco again took a massive dip,
Now you good, Joseph. Take your time, bro. You
right?
cooking, bro.
So
Hell
like
yeah.
all of these stocks have taken massive dips. If you guys want to pivot away from big tech because big tech scares you during those dips, you might want to pivot into stocks that you actively consume on a regular basis. Fuck, I have a Costco membership. Every single time I go to Costco, I question whether or not my bank account can handle another $400 spend every 2 weeks, right? So I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, well, Costco, I don't just want to be pouring my money, my energy into Costco memberships, into kind of spending at Costco. I want to own this. Walmart, I literally just got back on this call from buying a rotisserie chicken. I want to own it, right? So all of these things that I'm looking at, again, we spoke from one of our first sessions, consumerism to ownership. That's what InvestFest was about, focusing on ownership. We owned our ability to kind of get on that plane, to get into that room with other people. We owned our time. We owned our money. Now I'm looking at this. How do we own the very companies that consume us on a regular basis? So it's no longer a one-sided trade-off. It's an even trade-off. I consume whatever it is your company has to sell, but I also invest in it so I'm no longer just a consumer. And when you look at Take-Two, yeah, it's kind of the pivot that we're looking at. We let everybody else kind of focus on the gaming side of things. Fuck, if you guys want to continue gaming, go ahead. But from my perspective, let's own what everybody else contributes to the growth of. So again, Costco's, the Walmarts, the Take-Twos, all of these stocks. Tev, I know you fucking love your Walmart, bro. I know you love your Walmart stock. So all of these things I'm actively looking at. Like
I love Walmart.
yeah, I know you do. I know you do. Even the oils of the world, we kind of had that huge little, I guess we had a little rally. You see tech, we had the sell off, and then now we're kind of recovering again. But again, if this is something that you guys actively fear, even Amazon took a dip. Tesla, I'm in big profit on Tesla. Jesus Christ, I think I'm up like 8 grand on this. This is beautiful. But you notice here, a lot of these are just trading sideways. There's not really much intent here. Amazon hit all-time highs. We took a dip. Apple, we hit all-time highs and then we took a dip. Either you're taking advantage of these or you're playing it safe to dividends players, the companies that we consume on a regular basis, and we're taking advantage of those. Because those long-term are always going to be around. And in my humble opinion, take advantage of them. They're very big dividends players. And yeah, point is, we kind of went through a stock that I see really high upside in, and a stock that I don't really see much high upside in, but it does provide me some form of stability. How many of you guys go to Walmart or even have a Costco membership? If you do, I suggest only the companies that you consume in. Please own the companies that you actively consume. It's like saying, oh, my mom put me through music school, put me through prep school, whatever the case is, and I did not give back to the person that invested in me. We all want to retire our parents. We all want to kind of put on our brothers and sisters. Let's own the companies that we support daily because those companies are just going to continue to grow. And that's kind of what I wanted to go through today. And actually, MSGS, this is Madison Square Garden stock. Let's take a look at this.
Hey, Joseph.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you go over SPX and SPY and how your end of the year?
Yeah, I think we were talking last time about this shit taking a dip. Oh, I caught this, by the way. This is freaking beautiful. This one is awesome. SPX. Oh, what the hell just happened here? Give me a second. So let me remove all this stuff off my screen.
And is it any charts that anybody want to see before we get off here?
Yeah, we'll make this super quick. Drop the tickers. No, don't say it. Drop the tickers in the chat. Let's Nate, I'll do it like this. This right here is the SPX since the Great Depression. This is 1929, 1932. This is your oil crisis. This is your dot-com bubble. This is your global financial crisis. We zoom in and we see current day. We are approaching overvalued territory, yes, but we're not quite there yet. We still have a little bit of room. In terms of how I view the markets is very different than what you might find online. I can almost guarantee you'll never find what I have to provide to the ecosystem anywhere on the internet unless you dig like 40, 50 million hours trying to find it, because you can't buy my eyes. You can't buy my knowledge. You can't buy my losses. In terms of what I'm looking at here on the SPX, yeah, we took a dip. That dip, we said, don't fear the dip, buy the dip. How many of you guys bought the dip? I don't want to hear if you bought the dip or not. Hindsight is always 2020. But we mentioned buy the dip. Time in the market is better than timing the market. So we look at what the market is doing right now. We took a dip, sure. I spent some time buying it. I'm not saying I bought a lot of it, but I did do some buying. And I'm looking at this and I'm seeing this trend right over here. There's so much room between where we're at right now and where that next form of resistance comes in. We have, what percent is this? I'm just curious. It has to be like 20, 30. 13, 15, whatever the case is, right? Nate, your portfolio was up 70, almost $100,000 on that 15%. So to the person who has that high level portfolio, this 15% is not nothing. This is a very significant amount.
Yeah.
So
that 15% for me, yeah, what was that? $70,000.
71, yeah, I think.
But when you look at 15%, it's like of the eyes of the beholder, right? It's perspective, because for somebody else that's got a $1 million portfolio, that's like 2% to them. It's 15% for me, but in retrospect, I'm not even up 50% of my portfolio, 100% of my portfolio. You know what I mean?
Bro, 15,000 or 15% to $1 million, 150 racks. 150,000. So that's why we always say whenever you're investing, don't focus on kind of what your percentage might be. Focus on what your level of ownership in that company might be, or focus on what level of ownership in that ETF might be. Because whenever you can accumulate a portfolio to 5, 6, even a mil, even a whole ticket, these percentage gains and obviously losses, those significant swings start going from $1,000, $2,000 to 20, 30, 40, 100 grand every week, every 2 weeks. The more you own, the more you gain. Obviously, the more that you lose. But in an economy that is consistently growing, from when is this? 2025 Trump tariffs, 63%. On $1,000 portfolio, this is $620. On 100,000, this is 60 fucking thousand, bro. 60,000. I guarantee you, all of you guys, within 3 years, you guys make at least 100 grand in 3 years. At least 100,000 in 3 years. The stock market from 2022, I believe this is the fears of a recession, right? 123%. On $1 million, you just made 1.2 back. On 1,000, you just made a rack 0.2 back. On 100,000, you just made 100,000 back. Focus on that large portion of ownership, and then these swings will start to make a very significant difference in your life. But the SPX still has a lot of room to continue growing. This actually might be really fast, to be honest. This is like the most hated rally in history. When I'm looking at this, I'm looking at, I focus on like liquidity. So liquidity is just, where are people trying to sell? Where are these idiots, for lack of better words, trying to sell? And you got a whole bunch of, pardon my French here, fucking morons who just continuously bet against the market. And when these idiots want to bet against the market, I love to take advantage of it. There's actively people selling during all of these trends because they see resistance. Where I see resistance, I also see money trapped. People are willing to sell. And if there's enough people buying, because they see the room between where we're at now and where that next level of true resistance might be, you could see 8,800 on the SPX within the next upcoming months. But then you look at the bigger picture of where we're at in the grand scheme of things, and then and only then should this spark some sort of fear. But from right now, I think there's still some room, but I am saying be careful with whatever is left. That's all I'm saying. Be very careful with whatever's left. But again, time in the market is way better than timing the market. There's so many other things you guys could be investing in. Take-Two is one. The Costco's, the Walmarts of the world. Those are, again, other ones. But the SPX still has just a tiny bit of room left before I see any major significant. Whoa. Give me a second. Let me mute myself.